Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Jets Radio. This is one of your hosts, Tyson Roush. Another jam-packed show for you. Jets, Patriots, Monday Night Football. We have some off-the-field nonsense, because what would this team be without some friggin' nonsense when we're trying to be happy about something? But let me introduce the man of the people, Long Beach Joe. What's up, man?
What's going on, Ty? Man, we got a lot to talk about. Like you said, there's some stuff already going on, but we got to talk about it. But we got a game coming ahead, and we got to figure out how to get ourselves a W. So listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people, and we shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search Let's Talk Jets Radio. Like that page, our content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave some feedback. We love hearing about you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. So without further ado, Ty, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. I'm fired up.
Yeah, I'm fired up too. As always, Instagram and Twitter at Talk Jets Radio. We're on YouTube, Let's Talk Jets Radio. Check out our YouTube channel. We put videos up there all the time, and we're gonna be doing more contests. We sent out the Jamal Adams posters today to our winners. We'll be doing another contest on Sunday, maybe on Twitter and on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. A lot of stuff going on. So we're on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, all those Podbean kind of places and everything else. So we appreciate everybody listening and tuning in. And I guess, Joe, what we'll do is we'll start with this friggin' Kelechi Osemele story, because it's just annoying the living hell out of me. I'm not even going to lie, because it's pretty obvious what's going on here, and it's just stupid. So for those of you that don't know, there is an issue now where Kelechi Osemele is telling the New York Jets that he needs surgery on his shoulder, and he wants to be out. He's a torn labrum. He wants to be out. And the Jets are saying, this is a pre-existing injury you've had. You are fine. You're going to play. If you don't play, we're going to fine and suspend you. So, Joe, this is very obvious what happened, in my opinion. I'll give you my take. You can share yours, and we'll go on to the Patriots. And here's the thing. I think that Osemele came into the season banged up. He was trying to play through it because he wanted to start, and he's playing for a contract. There's no way how the Jets are keeping him next year at $11 million, $10 million. So he knows he had to come in here and play well to get another contract. That's what he had to do. Well, lo and behold, he started to play. He maybe got banged up a little more. He wasn't playing well. Alex Lewis comes in and clearly becomes the starter. That's what it is. Alex Lewis came in, played better. Now Osemele is like, you know what? I'm banged up. I'm losing my starting spot. I'm done. I'm going to pack it up. I want to get my surgery. I want to get ready for next year. So I'm done playing. Yeah. The Jets are like, hold on. Alex Lewis is kind of banged up. We got a lot of injuries. We need you to stick around, especially when you have Beachum banged up, all these guys. We need you to play because, we're paying you good money and you can get through this. So somebody's like, I don't want to do it. So here we go. The Jets go to media, leak their story, and lo and behold, KO does the same thing because guess what? He's very media savvy too. So here we are with this off-the-field nonsense, which is ridiculously embarrassing. And my take is this. If you don't want to play, dude, don't play. Don't play. You're done. Yeah. Deactivate him. I don't even care, Joe. He's not he's not going to be here next year anyway. He wasn't playing well. He's not going to be your star. I just don't care. If you don't want to play, if you checked out to the point where you think you're too hurt, good riddance. Take care, you're gone. I mean, am I saying, what are we doing here?
Yeah, look, it just sucks that we're even talking about this. Like, we were so happy and looking forward to the team continuing to progress and move forward, and now, bang, here comes this story. Like you said, you hit a lot of topics there. I mean, he had two doctors, according to his sources, according to the sources that were leaked, which, again, is probably KO, he had two doctors say, hey, you need a surgery. Then the Jets say, hey, we got two doctors saying that he's okay. But, again, if he's saying that he's in pain and he can't play, you can't really tell somebody, hey, you're not in enough pain. We'll decide when you have that surgery. As a team, you can't really do that.
It's ridiculous.
But I'll tell you what, look, if he's, like you said, if he's checked out, if he's saying, hey, I need to go have a surgery, just let him go do it. Like you said, you can deactivate him or do whatever it is, put him on IR for the rest of the season, have him have that surgery and move forward. Because the last thing you want is a guy that's checked out there or somebody that's in extreme pain, as he's saying, out there trying to protect him.
Or this distraction.
If he's not,
this distraction.
Yeah, if if he's not ready, if he's not, fully up to snuff physically, then let him go ahead and have that surgery and let that be that. I don't think we need to continue to go back and forth. I know this is a hit on our line. We have under injuries I know we're going to talk about during this show as well, and that makes, the situation really thin, but it is what it is. I think you move forward and just put him on IR and call it a day with him. And then, like you said, and we've talked about it all season so far, is that he's going to be gone next season. There's no reason that he's going to be on that roster. We're not going to pay him all this money. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's like, listen, he's checked out. He doesn't want to play. Now he's got a built-in excuse to play poorly, like, hey, I told you so, I can't play. Like, do you honestly, if he tells you he can't play, do you honestly feel comfortable putting him on the football field when he says he can't play on the blind side of Sam Darnold? Like, what are we doing here? This is just stupid. Like, we don't need the distraction. He doesn't want to play. You're gone, dude. That's it. We're moving on. We will find somebody else to take your spots. You weren't playing that well anyway. So, ridiculous story. It's annoying, and I just don't know why the Jets are being so petty with this. It's over money, obviously. They probably want to try to suspend them a couple games, get that money back, whatever else. You're cheap asses, whatever, man. Like, I'm over it. Like, it's just stupid. It's like, dude, you know what the thing is? Like, you're sitting here as a Jets fan. Like, Sam Darnold played well. He's Offensive Player of the Week. C.J. Mosley's coming back. You have all these things trending in the right direction. Jets, Patriots, Monday Night Football. You're all excited. And it's like you're scared to look at social media because, like, what can possibly go wrong now? Oh, here we go. Now we have off-the-field drama. Like, dude, just give it a break for 1 week. Can we just focus on being happy for not even 1 week, 6 days, 5 days? Is it too much to ask?
Yeah, and then what's even worse is all the other stuff that's getting leaked out to the media as well about how hard the Jets are making it for the other doctors to get, like, some of the medical stuff. It's ridiculous. It's kind of wild. Like, it's getting a bit, like you said, it's completely ridiculous. Like, look, if the guy's gone, if he's checked out mentally, if he's in too much pain, and that shoulder is bothering him that much, then just let him get the surgery and move on. I'd rather, start another guy that's ready to go, that's fully healthy, because, again, if this guy's out there either distracted, in pain, not physically up to snuff, and he's trying to block for Sam, and he gets Sam hit, hurt, or, himself, then what good is he? What good is he to us? You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and move on and start somebody else.
Yeah, so as we look forward to the game, which is what we should be focusing on, is you look at the injury report and the obvious ones for the Jets. We'll start with Chris Herndon, most likely not going to play, and that's unfortunate. But at this point, Joe, I mean, the Jets have enough weapons with the receivers, the running backs, and they also showed that Ryan Griffin can catch the football if you throw it to him. It's unfortunate, but it's not devastating. Like, this offense is not going to be held back because Chris Herndon's not playing.
Exactly. And like, you hit the nail on the head. So, I know a lot of people are already trying to use that as an excuse, and if this offense doesn't, do what it's supposed to be doing or look competitive against the Patriots, but that's not an excuse. I'd love to see Herndon out there, young tight end that we were looking at coming into this year, after the suspension, because we all knew he was going to be suspended for a little bit. But we were saying, hey, this is a guy that we're really looking to see take the next step, and he's been hurt, so he's going to miss another game. But I tell you what, Ryan Griffin is there. He's a guy that can catch the football, had a solid game last game. We still got Daniel Brown. We still got Javon Wesco out there as well. These are guys that you can utilize within the offense. So we'll just keep on chugging along, and, when he's ready to come back, we'll welcome him with open arms.
Yeah, and the biggest story with this injury report is where Osemele used to play. It's the offensive line. And this is the biggest problem because the New England Patriots, you don't worry about their offense, you worry about their defense, which is listen, I know there's a lot of stats saying who they played. Their defense is getting after it, and they're playing very, very high-caliber defense here. The guys are flying around, they're making plays, they're stout against the run, and they're stout against the pass. And the problem you have with that is you have this defensive front against an offensive line that is ridiculously banged up. Ryan Khalil is hurt, wasn't supposed to practice, then practiced. We talked about Osemele being out, which is like, okay, Alex Lewis can replace him. Alex Lewis is now hurt. Kelvin Beacham's hurt. I mean, dude, your center left side is in flux right now. So you have an offensive line where 3 of the 5 guys are unknown going into Monday. So the problem is, it's only Friday night. A lot can change between now and Monday, so that's the kind of disadvantage for us. But that's a lot of injuries to worry about going into a game against this kind of defense.
Yes, it is, especially when you got guys like Winovich, Jamie Collins, Hightower, Benoit. These guys to get after it. That Patriots defense can bring it. And if you don't have guys up front that can get them blocked, man, we talked about it, and we saw in the Bills game when guys were coming after Sam and he was running for his life. We saw it after that where we couldn't block anybody for a couple of weeks. It was up into the Cowboys game. We were wondering, hey, can this offensive line stop anything? And, you know, especially with Sam playing the way that he did when he returned, getting the ball out of his hands quickly, that's something that we're going to have to see put into the game plan for this game because this offensive line is shuffling. If you can't start Kelvin Beachum, clearly Kelechi is pretty much gone. But then, like you said, you got that injury to Alex Lewis, and you got Ryan Khalil, who was a guy that's been very up and down this year, pretty bad actually, and didn't look decent until the Cowboys game where he looked decent. But let me tell you something, that entire left side could be, you know, in flux. And you could look at guys like, you know, Compton or Harrison starting at guard. Chuma is probably going to have to slide over to the left tackle. So you're going to have guys step up in these situations. But, man, if we can't get these guys blocked, there's going to be some issues.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, it's just interesting, man. So the offensive line is, for me, is the number one concern in this game. Obviously, because of Patriots defense. Defensively, the most important news out of all of this is that C.J. Mosley is coming back, according to him. He announced it himself, so I believe him over anybody else, but that is a ridiculously big addition. And not only is he a phenomenal playmaker, here's where I think he can help them the most, is the Patriots are very creative. They do a lot of adjustments, and the Jets in the fourth quarter, when they're scrambling and all that stuff, that they didn't have their leader. They didn't have him against Buffalo. They didn't have him against Dallas. And things got chaotic, and they really didn't handle it well. I honestly think C.J. Mosley returning helps a lot of that. It helps communication. He is the Jamal Adams of the defensive front. He is a game-breaking, game-changing kind of player. And I think he can help that, especially against Tom Brady, who's trying to dissect defenses on the fly. I think this is huge, man. It really helps his defense a ton.
Yeah, it is huge. Here's one of our big playmakers coming back. You know, he's literally the quarterback of our defense. We were really, you know, trying to wheel and deal on offense without Sam. When Sam came back, we saw him uplift. Our defense has played pretty well without him, but, you know, once we got him back, or once we get him back, you know, against the Pats, I think our defense is definitely going to step up even more. You know, CJ's the guy out there. He's a leader out there. He makes the calls out there. He's going to be able to, you know, make some plays and do some things. So I expect, you know, this team, again, with him back, the addition of, you know, him coming back from that injury, that he's going to play extremely well within the system, especially against the Pats. So I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, and other guys on the injury report, you're just not really sure what's going to happen between now and Monday. You know, Henry Anderson still has an outside chance of playing. You know, Nate Harrison's in the same boat where he was limited. You know, and on the Patriots side of the ball, they have some interesting guys as well. I mean, Josh Gordon's been out. Their center and left tackle has been out. So there's a lot of things you got to keep an eye on as it gets closer to game day. But the one thing I will say is, you know, as compared to the Jets, the Patriots, when they have linemen out, they know ways to offset that, and that is the very quick passing.
Absolutely.
I mean, they don't miss a beat. But then now it's like their wide receivers are all banged up. So it's like, okay, Josh Gordon's out. To me, it goes, all right, you got to worry about the running back side of the backfield, and you got to worry about Edelman. Edelman versus Poole is the matchup of the day, because that's going to be Tom Brady's go-to guy. They don't have a tight end. I mean, they don't have, you know, Gronkowski's gone. So they're going to be looking at Edelman, running back side of backfield, but it's going to be quick strikes, Joe. Like, it's going to be like, you know, Dorsett. Like we saw last time. It's like, get the ball out of his hand as fast as possible, and the Jets have to adjust to that.
Yeah. And listen, the Patriots way is, you know, next man up. That's one of the things that they preach there. You know, if you got a guy that's gone down, the guy that's not in, it doesn't matter. The next guy that steps in is going to do his job. And that even with their linemen out, I think they had like 3 linemen out the first time we played them, and we still couldn't get anything on Brady. He was still throwing the ball around out there, and we couldn't touch him, just couldn't get to him fast enough. So even with those injuries up front, I still think that they're going to be able, you know, to move the ball and do solidly. Like you said, Edelman, he's dealing with the injury. I know Josh Gordon's dealing with the injury. Even Dorsett is dealing with the injury, but they're going to have those guys out there. They're going to throw the football around, especially with the quick passes. Brady's definitely going to make adjustments out there if he sees something that he thinks he can exploit within the defense. Benjamin Watson is a guy that they brought back. You know, he's a guy that's going to be able to make plays out there too. So I expect the Patriots to come, you know, full strength. And like you said too, the running backs coming out the backfield. You know, James White is the guy that can do it, man. So we've got to be aware, and this defense has got to be ready.
Yeah, no doubt. So you look at the Jets' offense. I mean, I think, honestly, you hope that they build off their last game and Adam Gase stays aggressive. Mm-hmm. And I guess the first question I have for you, I mean, Joe, they're good against the run. They're good against the pass. But do you challenge Gilmore? Do you take Robbie Anderson? Do you go after Gilmore? Or do you say, you know what, he's one of the best corners in football. We're going to let Robbie stretch the field and get him out of the way and spread the ball elsewhere?
Yeah, well, I think you're going to have to take, a chance once or twice in the game just to keep them honest, but I don't think you keep testing him. I don't think that's like necessarily a winning formula. I think you try to scheme away from him and maybe go after the other corner. McCourty's a guy that you might want to try to go at more instead of just Gilmore. But I definitely think you have to look at, trying to take one or two at him. But I definitely think a guy, Crowder, is a guy that I think you have to look at within this offense as well to be utilized and used, especially coming over the middle. He's going to have some favorable matchups. And I think Le'Veon Bell coming out the backfield is going to be big here as well. Just because we have injuries along our offensive line, I want to keep everybody listening. Keep this in mind. Listen, when things aren't going well, with the Patriots, when they get injuries and stuff, it does not matter. They make adjustments and they keep it chugging. That's why they've won so much. They're not always fully healthy. They don't have all their guys all the time. We've seen them without, their starting quarterback before, bringing in a second-string QB. I remember the year of Matt Castle. They had him out there throwing 300-yard games. And it was, hey, we're just going to keep on moving because that's what it is. And we've got to do the same thing here. So, look, we got to find a way, again, especially with our offensive line banged up the way it is. We got to be able to protect Sam, but we still got to let the Patriots know that we're not just going to, dink and dunk. We will take the shots if they're there, and we will make the adjustments when necessary.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, this is the kind of game where you can get the passing game going with quick strikes to Crowder. Like you said, Bell out of the backfield. Yep. You got to use all these guys, man. Even if you want to get Berrios involved, you can't. I mean, honestly, especially with the line the way it is now, you can't really. You can roll Sam out of the pocket. You can maybe go hurry up offense, more shotgun, but you're gonna have to give Sam a couple seconds to get rid of the ball, and just buy time for him. And if you have to go jumbo sometimes, do that. But I completely agree. I think you test Gilmore once or twice, but I don't push the issue there. No need to give up field position there. I would just try to spread the ball other ways. See if you can get Demaryius Thomas going again, who played pretty well last week. And Vincent Smith, that's the other guy, too, who showed some things as well. If Robbie Anderson has to be a decoy, so be it. Like, I have no problem with that at all. In terms of the running game, I really think that they're going to struggle to run the football. The Jets can try to establish it, but if anything, you're just going to use that for play-action pass. I'm not really sure the Patriots are going to let you run the ball. I mean, that's just something, especially with a banged-up line, Joe. Like, I just can't see it happen.
Yeah, I would wonder if we would get a push either way because of the play of our offensive line so far. So, but again, you still have to ground. You still got to pound. You still got to put the ball on the ground just to let them know, hey, we will run the ball. But like you said, I don't think that's going to be like a huge, gigantic part of the winning formula. It's just to keep them honest and work the play action off of that. Outside of Bell, though, another guy that needs to be used in this game is Ty Montgomery. We need to see him out there. I think that he could be vital in this game, particularly in the passing game, because you line him up, and we talked about this in the preseason, you line him up with some outside linebacker, wherever they're going to have out there, man, he could win those matchups. You get the ball in his hands, and he's quick. He can make a play and get going. So we need to see him used as well within this offense.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely, the Jets have some opportunities to make plays in the passing game. There's opportunities on offense. Mm-hmm. On defense, it gets super, super interesting. And this is where I find this fascinating because I think it's a home game, a night game. The crowd that is there should be pretty loud, especially early on. You have a good environment for it, and it's no secret the way to get to Brady is to rattle him, is to get hands in his face, start hitting him, get pressure. Mm-hmm. So getting Mosley back helps a lot. And, having a banged-up Josh Gordon helps. I mean, like I said earlier, it's like the guy I really worry about is Edelman. He's kind of nicked up a little bit. Other than that, Joe, it's like the Jets could get very aggressive on defense as long as you trust, Tremaine and Darryl Roberts to hold their own. Like how would you approach this on defense? To me, I'd be ultra-aggressive to just try to get after Tom Brady, try to break up that quick passing game, expect it, be physical at the line of scrimmage, check them at the line of scrimmage. Don't give them any free runs like Tremaine Johnson's done for the last 3 weeks. Like, just play very physical football.
Yeah, I want us to play physical. and I want us to be aggressive at times, but I don't want us to be too aggressive because this is Tom Brady. You start getting ultra-aggressive and leaving Tremaine Johnson out there. Tremaine is trash. He's going to get cooked, and he's going to give up touchdowns. That is a fact. We've seen that all throughout this season. We saw it last year. So I don't think we need to, try to tip that hand too much. We need to be very careful about how we attack Brady. I'm concerned about the refs, honestly, as well. Some of the hits that we got on Dak that were good, I know for a fact they're going to draw flags if we do that against Brady. We all know how the league protects him, so I think we also have to watch that as well. Just some of the shots that we give him, but you do need to rattle him a little bit. But we've got to be very careful defensively. Bring in too many blitzes, he'll dissect that and cook us that way. So we've got to be really, really kind of we've got to disguise our coverage as well. I think is one of the things that I think we definitely need to do against them. We can't let them just come out and run the football. We got to shut that down and try to make them as one-dimensional as possible. But guys up front have got to make plays. I've talked about trading Leonard Williams. You have to. Half the damn callers have. But he's a guy that, again, his name is going to be called in here. He needs to make plays. We need to see Fatukasi out there making plays as well. So the guys up front have got to stay stout. And guys like Brandon Copeland got to get around the edge. Got to put some pressure on Brady. Got to get in his face.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, there's definitely a formula to be used, and the Jets have gotten a lot of pieces back now. You have Jordan Jenkins back, you have Brandon Copeland back. It's interesting, man. Like, you can see a lot of momentum and a lot of positive things that can happen. Now it's got to come to fruition. Can they handle success? I mean, they're coming off a big win where everybody doubted them. Do they get overconfident? Like, how do they handle it? Or are they ultra motivated where they're going to come out sharp and just get after it? So it's interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. I wonder if it's going to be a very low-scoring game where punting and field position makes a difference, or if it's going to be kind of high-flying where the teams just start opening up and letting it fly.
Yeah, and also, especially against the Patriots, you also got to wonder, you look at the Jets side of the football, we're a solid football team, but we can't overcome a lot of huge mistakes. We don't have the talent to do that. So we got to make as little mistakes as possible. Can't turn the ball over a lot. Can't have mental mistakes out there. Our coaching's got to be A1. And also, a big part of it is our special teams, too. We talked about the kick return, punt return. How much of an impact could that have in this game? Talked about Braxton Berrios being out there, just kind of fair catching left and right. We need to see this guy, move the ball, hopefully get us in solid field position. Maybe Ficken, this is another game that we're going to figure out about him, too. Is he a guy that can make a kick in the clutch? So we're going to see all these things come against the Pats this Monday.
Yeah, the other thing we're going to see is Adam Gase. I mean, this is the game where you got to match X's and O's with, one of the best teams in football. I mean, they're not even close. I mean, this is your ultimate litmus test, is playing, an undefeated Patriots team that's, they just play well and they wait for you to make a mistake and they take advantage of it. So now Adam Gase has to find ways to beat Bill Belichick on defense. That's what he's paid to do. That's what he's been brought here to do. He's got his quarterback, Joe. So now it's like, show us what you got. Show us some innovation.
Yeah, and that's the thing, especially is I think our offense. I'm not as worried about our defense as I am our offense, because the Patriots, if you look at the last game they had against the Giants, offensively they came out and were not firing on all cylinders. They had issues left and right. It was a really slow start offensively. I think if we come out aggressive offensively and put up some points, we might be able to pull this one out. So Adam Gase has got to be aggressive, and he's got to come out with an aggressive offensive game plan and keep his foot on the gas. I don't think that there's, any time in this game where he's going to be able to let off. And there's a lot of people that called in, for our Tuesday show, and they were saying, hey, at times against the Cowboys, Adam Gase kind of let off the gas. I don't want to see that going forward. You got to keep your foot on their necks. You got to keep pushing. So again, in this Patriots game, he's got to do just that. Because if he lets up at any time, like you just said, the Patriots, they find a crack, man, and they open it up and they stay alive, and then they take advantage. And eventually, they get themselves a win usually. So we've got to keep our foot on the gas offensively, and we've got to score points in this game.
Especially coming out of halftime. And that's the one thing that, if you want to say things about this coaching staff, is out of halftime, things get a little sketchy at times where, they would, take Bell out for whatever reason, or Gregg Williams kind of backs off on his blitzing. They don't get as aggressive, or they don't make adjustments. So this is kind of seeing where you are. You're 1-4. You desperately need this victory if you want to really, really start making things fun. And listen, this is what better team to beat than one of the best teams in football. So go toe-to-toe, bring your best shot, bring your best game plan. You know, most of your playmakers are back, minus Herndon, and see what you can do, Joe. Like I'm not confident, but I'm looking forward to a competitive game. Like I think this team can go toe-to-toe with them.
Exactly. And that's what I'm looking for as well. You know, do I think we'll blow the Patriots out? No. But I want to see us come out and be competitive and fight. I don't want to see us come out and get blown out either. We shouldn't get beat by 40. I definitely don't think that should happen. I think, you know, this team should come out fired up and ready to go. That's one of the things I don't want to see us come out and do, is have a slow start or look lethargic or look like, hey, we were so busy celebrating against the Cowboys that we didn't take the time to get ready against the Patriots. So, you know, I want to see us come out and be extremely competitive in this football game, put our best foot forward.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go to the phones. We've got a bunch of people on hold, 929-477-2651. I know a lot of you guys are watching the Yankee game, so you're probably not going to call in, which is completely fine. I'm watching UFC, so I don't care. We can do all of it together. Don't worry about it. So what we're going to do is we'll go to Ryan in Brooklyn. Ryan, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing pretty good, man. You got a really interesting matchup on Monday night. You know, getting C.J. Mosley back makes this even more interesting. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, I think C.J. was the key all Jet fans were looking for all weekend, just to see the news if he was going to play or not. Because if C.J. Mosley didn't play, then I was very scared for Brady just checking it down to James White, Rex Burkhead, whoever it is. Really, it's only Michelle. Mosley is just you've seen in the Buffalo game how much. I think he's our best defender, even over Jamal. And maybe he's first, second, but either way, having C.J. Mosley back is huge for the entire defense this week.
Yeah, I want to thank you for calling in. I'm right there with you. I think it's a big time, impact for us defensively. It's huge for us because of the leadership and the things that he can do out there on that football field. Just some of the plays that he can make, some of the things that he can do, particularly in coverage as well, is really going to help us out. It's also going to help Gregg Williams out with his scheme too. But I'm worried about this offense, man, and I'm wondering how important is it for us to come out offensively aggressive. I mean, do you think that Gaze will be able to continue to keep his foot on the gas throughout the entire game here?
I hope he does. This is not, this is probably the toughest secondary we're going to face all year. With Stephon Gilmore playing like a lockdown corner, like he's been playing for the past year and a half, maybe even 2 years since he's been in New England. The McCourty twins, the safeties they have, Harmon. They also have J.C. Jackson. They have a pretty good slot corner too. So this is not an easy matchup. You would think that Gilmore's in shadow Robbie, so Robbie's almost going to be invisible. Maybe you give him a shot or two down the field, but he will not be the primary target for this game. Guys like Crowder are going to have to win for us to have success. Darnold loves Crowder. Kind of sucks Herndon isn't playing, but as you guys said, it's really not an excuse. The Jets should definitely be competitive in this game. I do expect a competitive game. It's at home. I do expect the Jets defense to be, pretty good against. They'll do as much as they can against Brady, but the offense is going to have to get going, and I hope it happens early in the game. Guys like Vincent Smith, even Berrios. This is a week that maybe Gay sprinkles in a play or two for them, and that they could be the difference in this game. Players like that.
What are your thoughts on Julian Edelman versus Poole? Do you think Poole can hang with him, or would you change coverage? How would you handle that?
I think Poole has been excellent this entire year. Poole's like he actually looks like a safety. Like he's pretty big for a slot corner. He gets physical in the run game. He does. He's been playing, I think, very well, probably better than anybody really thought he would all season. I don't think Poole's a good matchup for Edelman. Poole is not the fastest guy. You guys mentioned earlier about Tremaine Johnson. I don't think he should be starting or playing in this game. If Nate Harrison's good to go, I'd put him on Edelman and maybe even have May a little bit shadow over him, especially if Gordon's not playing. I think you take Edelman out of the game for as much as you can and let a guy like Philip Dorsett or, now that Mosley's back, let him check down to the running backs and, let someone else beat you.
Yeah. How important is it to you that we get pressure on Brady, and are you concerned about Gregg Williams getting blitz happy?
You definitely need pressure against Brady. If there's no pressure against Brady, as we've seen with if he's versing the Jets or any other team, he's going to go straight down the field with check downs, whatever. He'll have all day in the pocket. guys like Quinn Williams, we need a performance like Dallas, but obviously, like you said, some of those calls, like if we hit Brady like that, we'll get penalties. But either way, we still have to hit him. Like, we can't be just afraid because it's Brady. They got to hit him. Got to get him off his spot. Getting him off his spot is crucial, even if they don't hit him. If he's not sitting there, pretty in the pocket, if he has to step up, move to left or right, that can change, the entire game. It could take one play, we can get an interception, something like that. And, Brady's, I've seen him do it, even against the Giants. Nobody thought the Giants last Thursday night without Barkley or Ingram. That team, basically everyone written them off, and they hung in there for as long as they could in Gillette. So, I'm a little bit excited for this game, honestly.
All right, Ryan. Jets, Patriots, Monday Night Football. What is your game prediction?
All right, so I predicted last week that the Jets would lose 26-19. Just because they won, I'm going to predict we lose again. I'm going to go 25-18 Patriots. But I do feel pretty good about this one, guys. I don't want to get too ahead of myself and then we get blown out. But I do think this will be a competitive game, and I think the Jets will get a lot of respect around the league, and we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Have a good night, guys.
You too. Joe, the one interesting thing about this is that, for some reason, and listen, people can call me a homer. I really don't care. I think this game is going to be close. I do. I just think that it's all stacking up where this can be a very, very competitive, closely fought game. And in years past, Gostkowski was the X factor. Like, their kicking game was the X factor. The guy was money, always made it. Now you bring in Mike Nugent, and it's like you have two kickers where you don't know what to expect. The Jets kicker hasn't proven nothing, and Mike Nugent is quite a rack as well. That could be the difference in the game, and I don't think either fan base has any confidence in either one of our kickers.
Yeah, well, first off, I want to thank the last caller for calling in. He was phenomenal. But, I mean, I think that this game, there's a possibility of it being close. Again, we play them every year, twice a year. We know them very well. They know us very well. I mean, Adam Gase is in the division. This will be his fourth year in the division now. He was brought in here to be the Patriot killer. He knows the past. One of the reasons why we hired him. So I could see us, going back and forth and having a slobber knock here. But like I said, and you kind of hit it on it as well, just with the kickers, but special teams could play a big role in this. A big return, a big fumble could really swing the momentum and get a win or get a loss for us. So we've got to be very careful against the Patriots, and we cannot make mega mistakes.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. The other thing I forgot to mention, too, is Michael Bennett is suspended for this game, so he will not be playing. I think, a legitimate pass rusher. I think he had 2.5 or 3 sacks, so he's out for this game, which helps. Hey, man, any little thing that helps, I'm all about it, dude. The more the merrier. You want to suspend more players, suspend them all. I don't give a rat's ass. Just help the Jets, please.
Yeah, I guess he had some philosophical differences. Look, he's suspended, but honestly, he wasn't. I mean, Michael Bennett is a great player, but he wasn't the guy, that was out there really killing it. I mean, Chase Winovich is a guy, like I said, he just brings it. Dante Hightower brings it. Vinoy brings it. Collins brings it. These are the guys that really come off. Bennett is a solid player, but, he's not just a guy that was just absolutely destroying everything, you know what I'm saying? So he got suspended. Like you said, I'll take it, but I'm worried about these other guys that they're going to bring as well. Even Danny Shelton up front at nose tackle, man, that guy, these guys are something else. We got to make sure that we keep these guys off of Sam, man.
Yeah, Jamie Collins. We're going to go to Mr. Tyrone. Tyrone, what is up, man?
What's going on, fellas, man? Having a rough day, but everything is all right, though, so.
Having a rough day? What's up, man? Talk to us. We're here for you.
Oh, man, my daughter got rushed into emergency surgery. The baby's come a little earlier today, so I'm a little, and she's in Colorado, and just one of those things, man. She's nervous. Everybody's nervous, just waiting to see, hopefully my grandson will be here today and healthy, so that's the biggest thing. It's a little in my nerves, but had to call the show to relax, to clear my mind and talk to family, so you know what it is.
Well, first of all, thoughts and prayers with you and your family, your daughter. A grandson, be nice. Make sure you give him a nice Jets shirt as soon as possible.
You already know. Listen, bro, he can't be nothing else, man. I'm telling you. You already know. But I'm excited about the game this weekend, man. It's definitely exciting. It's, I got that feeling like we can compete with the Patriots. I almost want to be boastful and say we can beat the Patriots, but I just think that we're going to play a good game against them. I think the Edelman thing is a problem. I think that, what's crazy? He kills in the flat. So they got to watch letting him get free to where he's by himself. Those crossing routes. Gordon's still hurt, you know what I'm saying? And their receiving core is trash. I mean, that's the biggest thing that's going to give us an advantage. But Mosley's coming back, you know what I'm saying? And our offensive line kind of scares me a little bit now, but just because Khalil is hurt. Beachums might not play, you know what I'm saying? So it's a few things that scare me, man. But other than that, man, I think we got a real chance to win this game, man. How you feeling?
You see, the thing is, I agree with you. Like, I feel very good about a lot of things. The only thing that's really annoying me and bothering me is now this offensive line uncertainty with Khalil hurt. Alex Lewis, I thought was probably their best lineman as of the last 2 weeks, and now he's banged up. It's like you have a left tackle, left guard, and a center that you have no idea what you're bringing to the table. You don't know who's starting at this point. Just know Belichick is licking his chops. Like, they're going to stack that side and blitz like crazy, and that's what makes you nervous.
And I see something else that I don't think people are really keen on, too. I think Le'Veon's going to be big for this right here. I think the one weakness the Patriots have, I think they got probably the best secondary in the league. You know what I'm saying? Well, they got the best cornerback in the league. But other than that, man, they have some openings where you can attack them guys. What Belichick's going to try to do, he's going to try to take away probably Crowder. And, what's going to shut down Robbie. So the biggest thing is going to be is who's going to step up next. You know what I'm saying? So that's the scary part. But I think Le'Veon has to be big in this. You got to run the ball. You got to make Belichick honest. And you got to take your shots when they're there. Get rid of the ball. And we can't be in third and long. We get in third and long, it's going to kill us. So I think that if we do that and we keep that kind of mindset and attack. But I think we got to attack the Patriots. You can't sit back and let them dictate what they want to do with us. And the other thing is with Brady, they're not running the ball too well. So I don't think they'll be able to run the ball. It's those short passes. When you see White come on the field, you have to have some kind of package for White. You can't have Neville Hewitt checking White in the flats. It's not going to work. You're going to need cash.
Yeah.
You might even have to bring May up. It's something you're going to have to do differently. And then, on third down, I would probably shadow Edelman with a linebacker. Maybe with a cash, with top or you know what I'm saying, something like that. And I'm hoping Harrison plays because I really, really don't want to see Tremaine Johnson out there. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news every week and saying that. I'm just, bro, he just don't got it. He's the weakest link on our secondary. He gets killed every single week.
Absolutely. And Tyrone, first off, I want to thank you for calling in. Again, thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. I'm hoping your new child, new addition to the family, is everything's good to go. But like you just said, Tremaine Johnson is trash. You're not the bearer of bad news. You're the bringer of facts, okay? Because that guy is bad, and we've seen him get cooked by mediocre receivers this season. Just like we've seen him get cooked by upper echelon guys. It does not matter. Anybody, you could probably get an easy TD against him. Me, Tyson, whoever. I mean, this guy is playing terrible. He's playing terrible this year. So I'm afraid as well that he's going to be matched up with somebody out there, and, he's going to turn him loose. So we've got to figure out a way, to kind of help him as well in coverage. And what I think, again, Marcus May, Adams are going to probably have to come down in coverage and help him at times depending on who he's matched up against. But one thing I'm worried about is getting consistent pressure on Brady. I don't know if we can do that with our front four, so I'm thinking, hey, we're going to probably have to bring some blitzes. Are you concerned that we'll get a little bit too aggressive blitzing them and really get burned on the back end?
I think if you remember the last game we played against them, I think Gregg Williams had a great play in the first half. What he did was he confused Brady, and most people don't get a chance to confuse Brady and have Brady wondering what's going on. I think this game plan right here is, I don't think you can rush Brady from the outside. You have to rush Brady from the inside. So, to me, Quinn Williams and Leo going to have to get a push up the middle, and Quinn's going to have to really make a chance. Their tackles are really depleted right now. So we should have a real chance of being able to push the pocket up. That's what bothers Brady the most. Stop the run you know what I'm saying, and not let him get time back to find somebody else survey the field. Brady's not really throwing the ball down the field like that. He's really just getting, short passes and it's killing it. So if we can do that, keep the ball out of White's hand, keep him honest, and then just, just try to close the pocket. Not just, I'm not saying you can't, sometimes you have to switch it up, so you're going to have to send some at Brady, but just don't get overly attached to trying to send everybody at him at one time because he'll burn you for it.
And I think the real important thing you touched on a little bit is tackling. These linebackers and corners and safeties, they've got to tackle well, especially against these running backs in space. All these guys coming out of the backfield, you can't let them just get 4 or 5 yards after contact. You got to just be really consistent. That's how, seriously, especially like Edelman, all these guys, once they catch the ball, hit them, drop them. The running backs, which is something that the Jets have struggled forever covering, it's just, you kind of know their game plan, and you got to just stifle it and be consistent.
And even with their defense, though, if you notice with their defense, they have what they do, man. It's almost ingenious at one point, man. He'll show 5 coming, and he'll drop everybody in rush 2, and then have a guy sit back there. So he's taking off our spots. So Gase has to come up with a different game plan. You can't come out with the same routes you're running every week. You have to try something different, and that's how you get a chance. That's why I said Le'Veon will be so good in this game because their linebackers can't handle Le'Veon or Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? You use Montgomery and send him out there and go with the mismatch. You move Crowder around, maybe even move Robbie to slot. You have to give them something different that they haven't seen before. So if these guys are setting back, because a lot of times they'll be in man, but then they'll jump the zone and they'll throw it off. You know what I'm saying? I just think Sam has to move well in the pocket. If he does like he did last week, we'll be okay. But just having guys keep getting banged up on the offensive line really hurts because he's going to need some time to go down the field just to keep him honest. But I think the game plan has to be a heavy dose of Le'Veon. And, you know what I'm saying, and when Sam got it, Sam get it. You know what I'm saying? And also I think Robbie, too, as well. You stretch the field. You know what I'm saying? You take a shot down the field. Even if Sam doesn't complete it, you make them be honest. You know what I'm saying? If they're just setting back 10 off, that's what's going to happen. But they're not playing Luke Falk. So they're not playing, they're not playing a third-string quarterback. They're playing our franchise quarterback. So I think Sam will hold his own. And if you watch Sam's interviews all week, Sam is awfully cocky, bro. Sam is like, yo, I'm kind of feeling Sam right now. Sam is over there like, yo, man, we're not trying to be throwing the Patriots. We just trying to do us. Sam was like, yo, when we get all our pieces back, we're going to be a hard offense to stop. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of feeling that. So if the defense can hold their own against Brady, and look at what the Giants did. Take some of that. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots are not unbeatable. I think that, you know what I'm saying, you make mistakes and they capitalize. We just can't make the mental mistakes, man. And also one thing I want to say before y'all kick me off, yo, watch the refs, man, because it seems like every time you play the Patriots, they come up with some BS call, man. It's like you can't. If we would have hit Brady like we was hitting Dak last week, oh man, there would have been a million penalties, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that we come out there and play productive football, man. And I think we got a chance, though, man. I think we got a real chance, man.
Prediction. What's the chance? Let's hear your prediction. Don't sugarcoat things. Let's hear a game score here.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it real with you. And I was right last week, so hopefully I'm 2 weeks in a row. 28-17, Jets victory. Let's go, baby.
Thanks for calling in, man, and best of luck with your grandson, man. Hope everything goes great.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, man. Love you guys. Y'all be good, man. Thanks.
Have a good night, man. Thank you. Joe, the other thing before we go back to the callers is you don't want to see Sam make any stupid mistakes, like, stupid throws, forcing things. Because in a game like this where Belichick's, trying to pressure him into mistakes and bad throws, don't get into it. Don't start just flinging the ball all over the place and getting careless. He's got to stay composed and within the scheme here.
Exactly, and I want to thank Tyrone for calling in. He was great. But that's, again, this is the second year. This is a step forward that we need to see Sam make. And like you said, we don't need to see him going out there forcing footballs where they don't belong, critical turnovers. We don't need to see any more turnovers in the red zone. No more of that stuff, especially against the Patriots, because, again, you got to put points on the board. He just needs to take what's there, dissect the defense, make the right calls and adjustments at the line, and take whatever's in front of him. Just don't do anything crazy.
We're going to go to Mike in Jersey City. Mike, what's up, man?
Hey, guys, what's up?
You don't sound fired up, man. Are you right? Monday Night Football. We got a big matchup here.
Well, what do you guys think's going on with this MRI gate, Osemele?
I think it's so ridiculous, dude. It's just so typical Jets, man. Like, the guy doesn't want to play. You know what? You're done.
So you believe Lefko? So you believe Lefko, and I mean, there's just so many reports out there.
I think the Jets are being cheap. I think the Jets are saying, you know what, if you're not going to play, we're going to suspend you for a couple games, save some money, and then go through it. I think that's what they're doing, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, yes, they are being cheap, but we were going to cut him anyway, so yes, they're being cheap, and they're just trying to get as much money back as possible. I mean, we were going to cut him anyway, so... I mean, with how Lewis is panning out, and how much money we would save in the cap by cutting him, so he was going to be a goner anyway. But yeah, we're handling this.
Then? Why have this distraction? Why have this saga? Why have this nonsense? Just let him go, dude. Like, he doesn't want to play. Okay, get surgery. Bye. Take care.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like this is just coming out now for us, and I just feel like. I feel like teams have also done this. Of course, we get caught with our hand in the cookie jar. I don't think it's not right, but I just think that this is just let's see how we can embarrass the Jets again. And this is the problem with Beats having like too many insiders on within the team. I mean, stuff like this comes out.
Well, no, at some point, no. What happened was Osemele had his press conference today, had his meeting with the media, and said, "Hey, I want to get surgery," and the Jets are saying, "No, you can't." Like that's the problem. Like you let him be available to the media, and he drops that, and then here we go. The circus is back, where they should just let it. Like, listen, when a player checks out, this is like when you see with fighters. When a fighter checks out and becomes scared, you don't let him fight anymore. When a player doesn't want to play, you don't let him. That's it. When they check out, it brings nothing to the table. It's only going to hurt your locker room. It's going to hurt the field. You let them go. Take care.
Right. Yeah. As for Monday night, I got the game. The deciding factor would be a touchdown. Jets 27, Patriots 21. I really do think we come out there guns blazing. I mean, we have to, what we did in the first half with the Cowboys, we have to basically just go that route, replicate everything we did in that first half. Everything we did in that first half was practically immaculate. Like the best first half I can remember that this team has had in a while. And so
Are you expecting Adam Gase to come out offensively aggressive in this game?
Yes, I think because if you don't, and because Bill Belichick is just going to feed into that. I mean, if you resort back to just the running on first downs, perhaps even second, make it a run heavy. He's just going to stack the box, particularly that he knows that now half of our offensive line are, dinged up and whatever. And so it's just I think we need to get Sam Darnold in the shotgun, and he just needs to make quick checkdowns the entire game, 5-yard checkdowns the entire game. And here's who's going to have a big game. Ryan Griffin. He had that touchdown last week. I think he's going to be our little dark horse come Monday night because, yes, Stephen Gilmore, they're going to do whatever it takes to take out Robbie Anderson for the big plays, and then they're obviously going to keep their eye on Crowder. So that leaves, we have Bell, we have Ty Montgomery, but I just think that, Hernandez is a back yet, but I was happy with what I was seeing with Griffin yesterday, so I think he's going to be our dark horse for Monday night. So I look for him to have a big game. Let's go Jets. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday night, all right?
Thanks for calling in, man. That's an interesting take, Joe. I have a feeling, too, where, I don't expect a lot out of Robbie, but I expect a lot out of Crowder, to be honest with you. He is so shifty and so nifty in the middle. He is our Edelman. Maybe not as obviously as accomplished or as productive as Edelman, but he can be that kind of guy where he can open up a lot of things for you. So I think you use him, you use Berrios, you try to really change things up. And then Demaryius Thomas, who Adam Gase apparently loves, what can they get out of him? Can he stretch the field a little bit? Do you use him how do you get him involved? So there are definitely some options, man. It's going to be super interesting to see what kind of matchups they go after.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to thank our last caller for calling in. He gave us some great insight. But like you said, and I said earlier in the show as well, Jamison Crowder is a guy that we need to look at. He's a guy I think can win a lot of matchups that's going to be out there. And I think he's going to get big targets. Robbie is also, Robbie's not just a deep threat. They talked about that in the offseason, that we were going to use him in different ways. I'd like to see him used as well differently, maybe moved around. If Gilmore is going to follow him, then, yeah, he can be used as kind of, a guy that's a decoy. But if Gilmore is not going to follow him, let's move him around and test him against some of those other corners. He'll definitely be able to take advantage of some of them as well. And Demaryius Thomas, we'll see what we get out of him. I know that he loves to run that screenplay, that those old screenplays from when they were with the Broncos. Gase definitely calls up some of those. But we'll see what we get out of him, going forward, especially in this game.
Once again, call-in number 929-477-2651. Check us out all over social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on YouTube. Let's Talk Jets Radio on YouTube. If you want to check out our content, that's where most of it's at. We have all the shows are on there. We got tons of videos. Joe and Primetime do very professional, very well-spoken videos. And I just keep it real with you, man. You never know what's going to happen. You may hear some curse words. There may be alcohol involved. You never know what's going to happen. So if you want professional and well-spoken and well-thought-out, you got Joe and Primetime. If you want anything goes, check out mine, because that's pretty what happens, especially the last one. My assembly one.
Oh, man.
You guys are going to enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Did you see that one, Joe?
Oh, yeah, I saw it. You dropped a couple bombs in there. That's old Tyson bombs. So, look, everybody get over to the YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure you do. You live your life that way. Hey, it is what it is. But, look, everybody get over to Let's Talk Jets Radio YouTube. Subscribe, please. Click that bell for the notification and like the videos and watch them. Give us a comment or two. If you want to tell Tyson to tone it down a little bit, hey, put that in the comments. You know what I mean? Watch our videos and give us some feedback. Because Tyson gonna let him fly. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid of throwing it out there. I'll tell you that right now. He'll throw them out there all day long. So, man, that's crazy.
See, the funny thing is the Jets thought they had us under control. They're like, they do a nice radio show. It's family-oriented. They never curse. They're so professional. Like, what could go wrong? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got you guys. I'm uncensored on YouTube. We can do whatever we want over there.
Oh, yeah, you can't stop me here now, can you? I couldn't wait to get over there. Man, you found that new platform and said, yeah, it's my time. It's my time now, and I'm going to let it go. I mean, wow. So, it's crazy, but everyone, please, watch the videos and leave some comments.
And like I said, what we're going to do is we have Jamal Adams posters, some really cool posters. We sent out a bunch today, so if you guys want our contest, you'll be getting them by, what's today, Friday, probably Monday or Tuesday, the latest. And then we'll do some more contests. We'll do some on Twitter. We'll do some on Facebook and YouTube. So stay tuned. We got to work out the details because I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants, driving Joe crazy. So we will give out specific details over the weekend. And we will go to Chad in Florida. Chad, what's up, man?
J-E-T-S, Jets, let's go. Look, when I grow up, I want to be Fireman Ed, all right? That's what I want to be when I grow up, okay? Now, This is going to be the quickest call in Talk Jets radio history, all right? This is how it's going to go, all right? Sam Darnold's going to throw for 271 yards with 2 touchdowns, and I got Le'Veon Bell running all over the Patriots' weak-ass defense. We're going to march down the field. We're going to kick a field goal. It's going to be 22-20. It's going to be a minute 14 seconds left. Patriots have no timeouts. Tom Brady's going to throw it to Edelman. Jamal Adams will be right there, 2nd and 9. Quinton Williams gets a sack, 3rd and 14. Adams hits Brady as he throws the ball, and then it goes off the hands of Edelman. Marcus May picks it off and takes it back to the crib. Jets win 29-20. Let's go.
Have a good night, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling in. Hey. I like that. My guy came in with the energy. You know what I'm saying? He came in and brought the energy. I want to thank him for calling in. He was fired up. I like that. And He chose us. Shout out to him.
Yeah, and those are the kind of calls you get nervous about. Like, I knew some F-bombs coming. He did a great job, man. I was good. Yeah, I was waiting for him. I was waiting for this unloading an arsenal of just stuff. So, Joe, we mentioned Mr. Primetime, who cranks out all kinds of great videos. So since he is a Jets avid fan and an expert in analysis, we're going to bring him on for his preview, Joe, because this is always my favorite segment. So, Kevin,
it's hard for me to top that
welcome
call.
to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
That is fired up, man.
So, Kevin, what are your thoughts on the Jets' offensive line, man? Are you think it's a concern, or do you think they can get by with creative play calling and moving Sam around a little bit?
Well, I mean, they're going to have no choice but to, try and get by with what they're going to have out there. I think the biggest injury is obviously Lewis. He's been playing great the last couple of weeks. You do have Harrison, who you can plug in at guard. You have Compton, who's got some experience as well that you could put there. I'm just hoping that they don't shuffle too many pieces around. I know there was some talk earlier in the week about maybe moving, Adogo over to the left side and then, putting Brandon Shell back at right tackle. I would just try to keep things as simple as possible. I would leave Shell, where he came back in last week at left tackle, and just give him as much help as possible, whether it's, with Ryan Griffin, Trayvon Wesco, having your running backs, 2-back sets, just give him as much help as possible. Don't let him be the weak link. And, if you need Harrison at center, if Khalil's not able to go, so be it. He played well last year, so it should be plug and play.
Yeah, Kev, I couldn't wait to talk to you about this team and this game that we got coming up. How many carries do you think Le'Veon Bell gets in this football game?
Well, I mean, this would be the game to, give him the workload. I mean, he had no problem giving him, I don't know how many carries it was during the first game when they were down by like 20-something points in the fourth quarter. So hopefully, this is a more competitive game, and there's actually a reason for him to be out there pretty much almost every play in the third and fourth, because it'll be a close game, and you're going to need him. So, I'm expecting him to have a big game. I know he's fired up for this one. I'm pretty sure when he signed here, the goal all along was to take down the Patriots, and, now you have a chance to do that on the national stage.
All right, Kevin, if I said, what are your 3 keys to the game for the Jets to get a victory, what would they be?
3 keys. So, obviously, it's got to be the offensive line, perform at least similar to how you did last week, where you give Darnold a chance, get the ball out quick on some plays, and, if a guy gets through, Darnold's got to, continue to do what he's been doing, make the guy miss, keep his eyes locked downfield and, find his next target. So I think that's the first thing. C.J. Mosley, I think that's going to be a huge impact if he plays well and, kind of takes away some of the underneath stuff that the Patriots, really excelled on in the first matchup, where they marched down for 3 touchdowns on the first 3 drives. I think that would be huge. And Tyson, I think you touched on the last one, special teams. Both of these kickers are unknown. I think field position and, possibly a late field goal could end up being the difference.
Works for me. I mean, Joe, what do you think? Are you reacting to this?
Yeah, look, listen, I hear that, and like you touched on it as well, Tyson, like you said, on the special team stuff. I think special teams is going to be big because we don't need any, muff punts or any crazy turnovers or anything like that. But I think another thing that's going to be big is the pressure that we get on Brady defensively. I think that's going to be huge for us too. And I'm a little bit worried that some of those hits that we had against Dak, those are going to be flagged against Brady, because we all know that Brady is kind of reffed a little bit differently than some of the rest of the quarterbacks in the league. Are you concerned about that as well, Kevin?
Yes, and just based off the history of, Jets and Pats, I think you have to be. But also looking at, last week, Monday night, just, the way the NFL was embarrassed, with how they kind of handed that game to the Packers, taking it away from the Lions. Hopefully there's, increased eyes, on the refs. And, I know they had some meetings earlier in the week, so hopefully none of that stuff's going to go down this week. The fans are going to be fired up and they're going to be loud. Hopefully Gase is in the officials' ear as well, and, not just, blank stares like Todd Bowles. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that they still hit him regardless, even if they throw a couple flags, beat him up, beat up these Patriots receivers. I was talking on Tuesday's show, about Brian Poole. He's hit a couple of guys that have already gone out, Njoku and I forget who he knocked out last week. But, just, hit these guys, hit them hard, and hope they stay down.
What is your level of confidence in Adam Gase as a play caller going into this game against a very stout Patriots defense?
Cautiously optimistic. I think that's the only thing you really can be. I mean, I tried to wipe away the first 4 games because, he didn't really have his quarterback, or at least, not at full health in the first game. So, looking at the one game that he had Darnold and he was able to run his offense, it looked pretty good. It resembled what we saw most of training camp. So, as long as they can keep that going, keep the tempo going, hopefully, the O-line just keeps gaining chemistry, and, Darnold gets in sync with all his weapons, and this offense starts to take off.
Yeah. Listen, so Kev, last question for you before we wrap you is, give us your prediction, man. How do you think this game goes?
Well, I think it's going to be a close game going into the second half, and then it's going to fall on, Adam Gase to make the necessary adjustments. We know Belichick is going to be on his game. How does Sam Darnold play? Is he able to limit his, red zone mistakes? He had the one pick last week. I think if the Jets play a turnover-free game, which I think they can do, I think the Jets are going to win it, and I think they will. So I'm going to go with the Jets upset. I'm going to say Jets win it 34-28.
Nice one.
Wow.
Prime time, good stuff as always, man.
Talk to you guys later.
Yes, sir. All right, Joe. We heard from the callers. We heard from the excellent producer, Primetime. I guess now, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go ahead and go first. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, for some reason, I like the matchups, but this offensive line just really bothered me, man. I think the Jets defense can go toe-to-toe with the Patriots. Getting Mosley back will have this defense just chomping at the bit. A lot could change between now and Monday. So if Josh Gordon plays or if the center plays or left tackle plays, a lot of things can change. But going on what we know right now with a banged-up Dorsett and a banged-up Edelman, Mosley coming back is awesome. I think the Jets defense can hold their own. I really, really think so. I think the defensive line with Quinn and Williams starting to figure things out, they can get after Brady. They can do what the Giants did. They have more talent than the Giants do on defense, so they can get after it and make some plays. The problem I have is, not making the big mistake. And I think on offense, my biggest fear is that Sam Darnold will, and it's not because of him, it's because of the lack of blocking in front of him. The entire left side is in flux. That's concerning, and that's my biggest concern, to be honest with you. If I knew that, say, I know Ryan Khalil played today or practiced today, but I mean, if he's banged up, he's been mediocre at best. If Alex Lewis can't play, I mean, then you're really starting to get worried because he was arguably the best lineman the last couple of weeks. So that's that makes me super, super nervous. I don't see a high-scoring game at all. I see a low-scoring. I see a 17-14, 20-17 kind of game. It could come down to the kickers. I mean, this is tough, man. In my heart, I see the Jets kind of squeaking one out and really doing it, but then my reality says this will be the kind of game where the Jets will stay close, and then Brady will find a way to beat them when they make a mistake. So that's kind of the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? There's matchups they can take advantage of, and there's ones that make you nervous. The Patriots' strength is Edelman over the middle, so the Jets can hang with him with Poole. On the outside, there's not really a threat. I mean, you're not really worried about these guys, even with a lousy Tremaine Johnson. But this offensive line just worries me, man. I fear like a strip sack for a fumble. I fear a pick six. I feel that kind of stuff with Sam under all kinds of duress. That's what I'm worried about.
Exactly. And look, did you get your score prediction? What was your score?
Oh, God damn it. Monday Night Football. I hate doing this because I just, all right, 21-17 Jets, and I have no confidence in it at all.
Okay. Well, hey, hit the soundbite. What's going on, Jay? Okay. All right.
I know. I don't believe it.
Thank you. Come on, man.
I don't believe it in my heart.
All them bombs you drop on YouTube and you ain't gonna stick your chest out around here. Come on, man. Come on now. Say it with your chest. You 21-17. You hit that soundbite and you stick your chest out. Come on, man. All right. Anyway, so listen. Look, you said you're pretty much echoing a lot of the sentiments that I have, especially with the offensive line, the shuffling. Because if Alex Lewis doesn't play, and then Beachum doesn't play, and if we're talking about, even if Khalil plays, if he's banged up the way he's already looked this season, you told me he's banged up now as well. Oh boy, that's going to be a whole lot of trouble right there. Really concerned about Sam behind whatever is going to be out there, whatever's left of this offensive line. Like you said, being rushed into throws, pick sixes, sack fumbles. Just getting banged around, getting hit really hard in this game could happen as well. So I'm concerned there. I'm also worried about, since our offensive line is so banged up as well, and whatever we throw out there, will we be able to run the football? Will there be holes open? Because if they can get to Sam and shut down the run because our linemen are so bad, what is going to happen? Defensively, I think we'll be able to put some pressure on him, but I think I'm telling you, Brady's going to get some crap call in this game. We're all like, come on. Like, you can't, it's not two-hand tag. You know what I mean? This is real football. And it's going to be extremely frustrating. I think James White's going to be able to come out the backfield and, catch a couple balls. I think Tremaine Johnson, they're going to find some way to expose him wherever he is on the field. They're going to find some way to ISO him up with a wide receiver that's going to take advantage of him. I think we'll hang tough. I think we'll keep it close all the way probably late into the fourth. But I think the Patriots will ultimately take it 21-14. 21-14 Patriots. I think it's close, but I think they're going to, you hit the soundbite pretty quickly on that now, didn't you? Didn't you? You hit the soundbite pretty quickly. I like how your little hands work for that one now, didn't you? Now, listen, I just think they get a late score. I think it's really, low scoring, tight game. Then they just get a late score and take the game away. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's, anything. But, we just got to protect Sam. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's like I said. Like, I don't have a lot of confidence in my prediction. My biggest fear is that the offensive line just doesn't hold up, and then it's just like Winovich and all these guys just start teeing off on Darnold, and it becomes uglier.
Yep.
He just starts getting happy feet, and you can see, like, the pick six. Like, we've seen it over the years from so many Jets quarterbacks, and that's my fear in this game. But I'm going to put on the green-colored glasses, and I'm just going to pray and pray. And if they win this game, batten down the hatches. If Jets win on Monday, dude, look out. I'm going to be out of control. I'm going to be just talking all kinds of nonsense. You better brace yourself.
Oh, yeah, I'll brace myself, and I'll remind you quickly. You didn't have confidence, but you said it, and that's all that's important. I guess you got it out there, so you're going to stand by it if it happens, huh? Yeah, I already see that coming.
All right, as we wrap things up, be sure to check us out on Spreaker. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, all these other things. SoundCloud. We're also on YouTube. Let's Talk Jets Radio, Instagram and Twitter, @TalkJetsRadio. We do our best to keep everything very, very active and interact with everybody. Stay tuned for our Jamal Adams poster contest. Once we actually figure out what it is, we'll be doing it on all our social media platforms this weekend. And, Joe, it is your time to shine.
Yes, listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people, and we shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, like that page. Our content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave some feedback. We love hearing about what you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. I'm also on Twitter as well, @YoungJ000. That's 3 zeros. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me, no issues. I'm the troll that lives under the bridge, and I have my Darnold jersey on, and I will troll you right back, all right? I'm also on YouTube as well, @YoungJ00. That's 2 zeros on YouTube, 3 on Twitter. Do videos about the Jets. I do weekly videos just about the NFL as well, other teams. I do a pick 'em, so go ahead and subscribe to my content on there as well. You want to troll me on there? No problem. I'll troll you right back. Just leave a comment, and we can go back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, all right, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs. You see how, oh, my goodness. So late. He could. That's see, that's the thing. When me and the people connect like this, that's why that was so late. Because me and the people connect, and he couldn't stop it. He couldn't stop the love. Yeah, whatever. That was whatever. The UFC knows as well. They know I'm connected with everyone.
Joe, you're a big UFC fan. You're a big UFC fan, dude. If I'm you, put on ESPN2 right now, because Jeremy Stevens versus Yair Rodriguez is a barn burner of a fight. So for all you listeners, ESPN2 right now. This fight's gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be wild.
Okay.
Kid, sorry.
Hey, so look, everybody watching that, listen. Arms out, chest open. It's free hugs for everyone. Free hugs. The hugs are absolutely free. Do not believe Roush. He is a hater. That is not real. Listen, I want to thank you folks for listening and calling in. Without you people, we are absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the times out of your day to listen and call into our show again. And again, folks, keep in mind, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We are supporting the Essex County Sisters Network chapter. Please get involved any way that you can. We have all of the information across our various social media platforms on where you can volunteer your time or donate. Again, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, go get yourself checked. Early detection is key. male listeners, listen, just because you're a man, that does not mean that breast cancer, is going to pass you by. You can get it as well. Get aware, get into your doctor, get yourself checked, make sure you're good to go.
Well said. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday of stress-free football. We'll talk to everybody Tuesday, the day after the game. And if any news comes out, check out Let's Talk Jets Radio on YouTube. We all post videos there. Talk to you guys on Tuesday.